Elias Thorne was a man who lived by the second, a master horologist in fog-drenched London. His world pulsed with escapements and chimes. He preferred gears to people. Gears were predictable, but his world fractured when he acquired a nameless silver pocket watch. The watch was an anomaly. No maker's mark, no serial number, and a dial with 25 segments instead of 12. He placed it on his workbench. As his wall clock struck midnight, the silver watch did something impossible. The second hand clicked into a space that shouldn't exist. The sound was a heavy, metallic toot. Elias looked up, realizing the world had gone silent. The city's hum vanished instantly. He stood, his chest scraping loudly. He walked to the window. Outside, a pigeon was suspended. Mid-air, wings locked, a raindrop hung motionless. Time had stopped. He looked back at the watch. The hands pointed to 24 hours, 0 minutes, and 1 second. The 25th hour had begun. Initially, it was godlike wonder. Elias walked into the street, a perfect, frozen gallery. People, animals, all suspended. But wonder soured into dread. The air felt thick. Then he heard it. A rhythmic, wet, sliding noise. Like tar on glass. It came from an alleyway. Elias ducked behind a frozen taxi, his heart hammering against his ribs. From the darkness emerged the Curators, tall, impossibly thin figures, draped in flickering, gray static-like garments. They had no faces. They didn't walk. They glided, their multi-jointed fingers twitching. Elias watched as one approached the frozen pigeon. The creature reached out, its fingers blurring as it touched the bird. Instantly, the pigeon's colors sharpened, becoming metallic charcoal. The Curator wasn't hunting. It was maintaining. It was rendering the world, fixing textures and light worn down by time. Elias realized with horror that the world was a vast machine, requiring upkeep. We were merely dust on its gears. Another Curator approached a man on a bench. It reached into his chest, pulling out a small, glowing shard of light. The man's posture slumped slightly. The Curator tucked the shard into its garment. They were harvesting something. Elias tried to move, but his foot struck a discarded soda can. It vibrated violently, sending ripples through the air. The Curator stopped. 3 blank heads snapped in his direction. Elias bolted. His footsteps echoed like explosions. He heard the wet, sliding sound accelerating behind him. He reached his shop, fumbling for the watch. 24 hours, 58 minutes, and 12 seconds. He had less than 2 minutes. Would he vanish or be trapped with the Curators? One Curator stood outside his window. It raised a spindly hand, pressing it against the glass. The glass dissolved into gray pixels. Elias realized they were deletion protocols. He, a conscious observer, was a system error. He held a brass clock weighed at the window. It hit the pixelated patch and vanished into nothingness. No crash, just a void. Desperate, Elias looked at the watch. 24 hours, 59 minutes, and 45 seconds. Its gears were pulsating, translucent membranes. He saw a tiny golden hair caught in the main wheel. A glitch, he introduced. The watch was jamming. The Curator's hand was halfway through the window, gray static spilling in. The air around Elias lost color. His hands turned to old, newsprint. With trembling fingers, Elias reached for the world derezed into a wireframe nightmare. The curator loomed. He gripped the golden hair. He pulled. The hair snapped. The watch gears lurched forward. 24 hours, 59 minutes, and 59 seconds. A flash of blinding white light, 1,000 clocks striking. He felt shredded. Then stitched back. He gasped, lungs burning. The rain was back. The heater groaned. The sirens hummed. He was back. He stood, looking at his workbench. The silver watch was gone, replaced by fine, gray dust. The window was intact. He laughed shakily. A hallucination, he told himself. He walked to close the blinds, but he stopped. On the glass, where the curator pressed its hand, was a faint smudge, tiny hexagonal pixels. He looked at his hand. Under his fingernails, no dirt. Instead, his skin shimmered with faint gray static. His wall clock's second hand paused too long, then skipped. Reality struggled to maintain its frame rates. He hadn't escaped. He had been patched. A piece of rewritten code, a hastily repaired texture. He walked to the mirror. His reflection looked back, but when he blinked, his reflection didn't blink back. It snapped back into sync. Now, Elias Thorne fears the seconds. He stays awake, clutching a clock. He knows the curators are still working, cleaning, harvesting, waiting for the next glitch. One day, his patch will expire. The clock will strike midnight, but the sun won't rise. The rain will freeze. The sound will die, and the heavy, wet, sliding noise will return for the man who saw too much. He sits in the dark, counting heartbeats, wondering if the next is the first of the 25th hour. We aren't masters of time. We are ornaments on a clock, slowly dismantled by its makers. The 25th hour is coming again. He has no watch to stop it. He watches the second hand tick, 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 and then silence.